This is Ham Falcon, my Hammerlocked regular account. And instead of starting off with a long talking head, let's do something different. These are the stats we're working with at the moment, so let's hit that button and get to work. So after having a little break after earning our fire cape, I want to start working on our range level. This is episode 11, so you should all know by now, but in case this is the first one you are watching, what are you doing? Get yourself caught up on the first 10 episodes, leave a like and subscribe, and then come back here. Done? Good. As I was saying, as you should all know by now, we cannot use or train range, which is a problem as it will be required for hard clue steps. Those ones where we must wear blue D-hide armor and do an emote, you know the ones. As well as we'll need range levels for when we use the Exception Wall to grind out Grotesque Guardians for our Granite Hammer. So our current range of level 47 is quite unacceptable. So I may have gone a little bit overboard, but that's okay. Don't need to worry about that. So with this, should get me up to 50 range at least. That's 10k. There we go, 50 range. Perfect. And then we can use this, slap it onto range now. That's my lamp from Recipe for Disaster. At last used. Oh, you love to see it. And since we've got the extra 100, might as well just slap it right in. And that is another 5 levels in range. Our cash stack right now, it's looking fairly healthy. I believe I've got some stuff to collect in the bank as well. Yeah, looking very healthy. And now it's time to become broke once more. I have been trying to avoid coming to this place for a long time, but I need to get my fire making up in order to get a specific hammer. So here we are. I have fire making 50 at the current moment, and ideally we need 80. We're doing Shades of Morton, get Flamter Hammer. Silver keys seem to be the best way to go about it, but I will let post-production and Falcon explain why that is. Post-production and Falcon here. And I have no idea why my past self said that. Like, if you take a look here, that was done 3 months ago. Not a single clue why I said that at all. And that's level 80 fire making. The account has been changed forever. Huge gains. Okay, so I have been opening up some supply crates as I go along and hope to get some Pyromancer's gear. That XP boost would have sped things up along, but we haven't got none. We've got 54 crates. Let's see if we can get anything nice, and hopefully some Pyromancers, because I'm being denied hard time right now. We've got the gloves, which is not Pyromancers, but whatever. And that's it, nothing too exciting. At least 1.76 mil worth of stuff. That'll help with one of the grinds later on. But now, it's time to move on to what we need that level 80 fire making for. After Shades of Morton we go. We've only got the minigame teleport at this current moment, so hopefully we'll get this in the first one. Otherwise, we have a 20-minute wait in between each one, or I just run back here manually, one or the other. Those who have looked at my text box probably know what I'm going to do next. And there we go, we've got that. We'll fill the coffin for now. It's not needed, is it? We can just wear it, empty it for now. If we need to do a second trip at least, it'll make our trips shorter. We've done this before, nice and simple. Slap that on, light it up. I believe you can all just do it with one click these days as well due to a recent update. Yeah, no, you can't do that. You still have to do that, but everything else is still relatively one click. Into the tomb we go, auto retaliates off. That's very important. We don't want to be getting held up, smacking back any of the shades. And RNG God's willing, we should be able to get all of what we need in one simple run. We'll start with the reds just over here. Got the browns as well, so nice and simple. Okay, they're crimson, not red. That's my bad, I guess. Nothing but browns, but we do have some extra Addy Warhammers for the collection. I'll take them. One last silver on the purple. I'll take that. How much are these worth these days? 36k, not much, who cares? I mean, it's a bit of a return, I guess, with how much I've spent on Magic Pyologs and the Fire Spirit Remains. And with the 2 golden keys, nothing this time. I forgot to bring a home teleport, which is on me, really. We've got 13 minutes, though, so let's smash out a herb run, and then we'll do the next lot of inventory. Ham Falcon here, and we're back in the tombs, and somehow we've ended up with the golden keys being the most common key we got from that run. But it is what it is. Not gonna complain. Hopefully that results in some profit. We're not here for profit, though. We are here ultimately For that Flamter Hammer, let's start with the browns and work our way over. I've also brought... Never mind, Flamter Hammer. We're there. We've got it. Brilliant. Let's see if we get any others. But as I was trying to say, I have brought alchemical runes this time. So that way, our inventory can prevent from being full and make some money as we go along. Hopefully, we'll get some more Flamter Hammers though. Get some extra for the collection. That's nice, easy and done out the way. And with these golden keys, we've got a rune item. We've got another necklace. I like to see that. I'm not going to complain about that. And that's everything said and done. We've been saving up money for a reason. I've been teasing it this whole entire video. So without any further ado, let's dive into it. Post-production and Falcon here again. And I don't know if I have suffered from amnesia or if past me is a complete different person, as I have no idea what was expected from me from this 23 minutes worth of B-roll of Mahogany Home contracts. I don't know what I was hoping to achieve, which couldn't just be done by saying a simple sentence. I am training construction to improve my POH. That's it. Why there's 23 minutes of this B-roll? I don't know. If someone can make a time machine and then let me know, that'd be great. If anyone would like to make conspiracy theories, I also support that. Either way, I'm not giving in to any further demands from my past self. It is Obor time. 122 KC already dry. For those of you who are interested, we have previously made 1.83 mil from Obor from our fruitless efforts to get the Giant Hill Club. Now all of that's changed. Keep an eye on that number. We will see how much money we make. Because of the changes though, I don't know if we can still declare if we're dry or not. Because now that we've got to use the key from Obor to open up a chest and then the club can come from the chest, I'm not sure what the new drop rates are. Post-production and Falcon will know what those drop rates are. But in the moment and Falcon, no fucking idea. So we should be able to go straight up to this gate. Just walk straight in. Enter Obor's lair. Brilliant. Oh, huge quality of life change. So normally we did protect range, slap that on. I don't know how it's going to work out using a Dragon Warhammer. Since some of these attacks can disrupt your attack cycles, my concern is that he will... Oh, fuck's sake, I'm still got that hidden. My concern is that he will interrupt us, and with a 6-tick attack weapon, it could turn out quite ugly. However, it seems to be going quite good. Maybe I'm concerned about nothing. And that is first kill done. Does it time your kills? No, it does not. I shall always bury the bone. Oh, you just click on it and it just buries it. It buries both of them. Okay. That's quite cool. That's quite interesting. For context, because past me apparently doesn't know how to give context, there was an update to Obor on the 25th of June 2025. And that is what we are experiencing right now. Not much has changed. We just don't need to farm the keys anymore. I should have brought alch runes with me, I won't lie. That's a mistake on my part. But now we just do this. It's great. Wow, huge change. No giant heal keys, no killing kill giants in a fruitless attempt to try and get keys so we can come in here. Just smooth sailing. This is what I like. Bury giant bones. Yes. Boom. And it just buries both of them. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I may have bought too many prayer pots. Now we have 70 prayer. And we've got the Prozzy armor. And the fire cape for extra prayer bonus. Just everything. We just got complete gear upgrades since the last time we was here. But prayer doesn't drain that quick. And we are doing these kills fairly quick, to be honest. So maybe less prayer pots. More food. As I am a broke-ass bitch from all the construction at the moment, I'm not using divine combats. It is what it is. But we are just using regular super combat pots. We weren't using them last time either. It was just super attacks and super strengths. So we now have a defense boost, which, to be honest, I'm feeling that defense boost. We're definitely not taking as much damage as we did last time. Motherfucker is getting me stun locked though. But we're 3 kills down. No key. I don't know what the weight on the key is. If I just say don't ask me again, does that mean next time I could just right click bury and it's just jobs are good? We'll find out. We will find out. Apparently this episode, I just keep insulting past me. I left myself on mute. We got our first giant key. And this is what we got out the chest. Amazing. Well, my microphone was muted throughout that whole entire giant key moment. But what I did try to say is that was an absolute scam of the first chest. However, what I'm going to do is see if these keys stack up. And if they do stack, I'm going to save up a couple of them and then open them up one after the other. But it took 10 KC. It took 10 KC to get our first key. I feel like that might be generous. I don't know. I don't know what the drop rate is on these. Once again, post-production and Falcon will know. But let's stack up some keys and see what happens. So we've got about 3 or 4 keys I need to check next time I go back to Ferox Enclave. But at the moment, we seem to be averaging 1 key per trip, which I'm not entirely sure how I feel about. 1167 KC. We came in at 122, so that's like, what, 45 KC since the change, since we come back here. I still don't know what that drop rate is. Post-production and Falcon is going to be continuously flashing that on the screen. But it is pretty chill just being able to keep coming back and forth now. It took a lot of the worry out of having to grind keys from Hill Giants. And as I'm running out of keys, coming in like, oh fuck, we're almost out of keys and we still don't have a club. Shit, I've got to go back to the dumb baby jail known as killing Hill Giants in Shazern. We don't have that anymore, which is quite pleasant. These kills as well, though, they're relatively quick, relatively chill. We should probably try and greenlog for combat achievements, considering this is one of the few bosses which we will be able to do that with the account restrictions. But for now, we'll get the club. And maybe once we get the club, we will consider greenlogging combat achievements. That way we can greenlog the collection log, greenlog combat achievements, just complete greenlog. It'll be absolutely beautiful. So something I have realised, you look at my drop little table here, I've got 191 KC. However, if you look at my collection log, it says 123 KC. We started at 122. We've only opened up one chest. It says 123. So my theory is, with this update, they only track KC now to amount of chests you open. So I know I said I'm going to save up the keys, just open up loads back to back, but I'm going to experiment with that now. So if we open up the chest, we get another giant key. Great. But if I have a look at the collection log, it's now 124. Oh my fuck. Okay, I did not know Obor respawns. That's good to know. Obor respawns. So we don't have to keep leaving and coming back in. But yeah, it seems like it's only tracking the amount of chests you open. So I'm going to be saving up those keys. But that is a bit of a shame because I was looking forward to seeing the high scores with, oh, we've got 192 KC. It was around rank 5000 at 122. Let's see what our rank becomes at the end of this. Instead, we just don't get that. But we've got 4 keys in there. It's good to know that the chest also drops further keys. That's pretty cool, I guess. Now that we know Obor also respawns, we could just hang around inside instead of keep walking out and in. I don't know how I feel about how they're recording KC now. I feel like I'm a bit let down, only because of vanity. I wanted to see those numbers climb up with each KC kill. And be like, yes, look at me so high up on the scoreboard because I killed a boss which no one else gives a fuck about. But now it's only down to chest opens. It's a bit less impressive. That being said, I guess it means not so many people are going to be climbing up the leaderboard so rapidly. But it also does mean those who have got their high rankings previously are going to be kind of preserved. If you care about that sort of shit, which frankly, I don't. I say I don't. Yet I'm doing this entire spiel right now. But yeah, I hope you understand what I mean by it just feels a little bit disappointing. Either way, back to Obor. Post-production and Falcon, you're going to remove the microphone from this because we're going to speed it up. And on the final kill this trip, we got another Giant's Key. I will take that. We've been at it for 2.5 hours now, give or take. I want to see if this number goes up with opening up chests as well. So 1226 there. We've got 8 keys. We're after that club. So let's see what we can get. Can you only open it up once at a time. What? And he respawns. Okay, why? So he only respawns when you open a chest. And you can only open up the chest once every KC. So now I'm going to have to get another 7 KC to use all these keys. Okay. So maybe saving the keys to do a grand opening was not such a good idea. We're learning. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to be doing another trip. And at the end of each kill, we're going to open up the chest. And nothing from that. I was just saying, I hate this fucking mechanic. It's so fucking dumb. Some people may think it's a great idea. I personally think this is dumb, that you can only open up the chest once every KC. I wanted to stack this shit and be dramatic. And instead, I'm having to struggle. That's over-dramatizing it. I'm not struggling whatsoever. But it is, to me, silly. Let me continuously open up chests till I'm out of the keys, right? Hopefully, we can get another kill here. We've got no more food left. We've got 5 keys left. We'll be teleporting out. I guess we're going to get more food after this. Another giant key. Brilliant. Right, back to Ferox. We might be here longer than I thought I would be today. I didn't keep track on if this is increasing with opening up the chest. So now I've got that open. Let's see. It does class it as a kill. Okay, so these figures are going to be inflated. That is no longer a reliable check on KC. We're not going to get any more reliable check on KC anymore, because since each chest counts as a kill on the drop tracker and each kill is tracked on the kill tracker, but your KC in-game is only counted when you open up a chest, I'm just not going to be able to keep track of that shit anymore, which is a bit of a shame if I'm completely honest, but it is what it is. This is going to get real messy real quick. I hope none of this despawns. It shouldn't do because it's an instanced area, but we'll see, we'll see. Got another Giant's Key. Brilliant stuff, but no club. Whip. Let's see what we get. We got it, boys. We have got it. The Hill Giant Club. The pain is over. Let's get the fuck out of here. My lord, it's about time. We still got another 2 keys. Really, we should send the rest of those keys because it's a bit of a waste if we don't. But we've got the club. We have got the club. Let's slap that shit on. Let's flex it. Look at that. Isn't that a piece of work? Obviously, our Dragon Warhammer is better, so we're never going to be using this. Shall we get a kill with the Giant Club, though? I feel like it feels only right if we do get a kill with the club. I forgot to drink at the fountain at Ferox Enclave. It is what it is. But shall we get a kill with a club? See what it's like. I've never seen the attack animation with this. Okay, that attack animation is pretty fucking neat. You can't say it's not. So I believe the stats of this is similar to a 2-handed rune sword. Same with the tick speed of it as well. So we are pretty much using a rune 2H right now. But instead of doing slash and everything, it only does crush damage. 29 max hit. Oofed. It is, of course, 34 with the Dragon Warhammer and Defender. No reason we're ever going to use this after this KC. But it's only fitting. We got 1 KC against Obor using that club. We've got 2 more keys left. Do we get a duplicate? It'll be hilarious if we do get a dupe. But not a dupe this time. So that should be the final KC. We've got our final key. Can we get a dupe? No dupe. Obor grind over. We never have to come back here ever again. And alongside all of the other hammers, it can now chill there. I feel like it's only right it goes next to the Bone Club, which is also classed as a hammer. I don't get why these clubs are classed as hammers. It says it on the OSRS wiki. I'm not going to argue with that. The Abyssal Bludgeon and Ham Joint has been removed, by the way, from hammers and maws. I don't know about the Abyssal Bludgeon, but I feel like because we've already committed to the grind of the Ham Joint, we will continue that. But let's sell all of this shit that we just got from Obor. See how much money we have accumulated from these trips. I'm not going to be able to sell the runes because they've joined my rune stack, but that's fine. We need that for construction for when we make our portal. Those 1 RCs are about 1,036k. So if we disregard them, there's like, what? 20k? in the G right now. So that's 85k. It says 3.6 mil over here, 3.06 mil, but 106 of that is the club. So we deduct that. I'd feel like we've not really made that much money. I definitely feel like the value of Obor has definitely dropped, without a doubt. For those interested, we are now ranked 4,297 on Obor. Effectively, we've only got an extra 12 KC because now it tracks the KC through the chest opening. It is what it is, but that is where we're ending it, at Obor. We have achieved the real max level, 69. And with that, I think it's time to check in on Ham Falcon's crib. So right now, this is where Ham Falcon lives. We've got this broke-ass living room. I don't even know what room this is meant to be. We have the contemplation square, you know, just after a hard day's work. I just sit in here and just contemplate. You telling me you don't have a contemplation square where you live? And then we have our 2 portal rooms. You know them by now. Yanil, the what? Then Constrain. I don't know why that throws me off. And obviously the Battlefront from when he was doing Lizzie Shammies. Ham Falcon is literally the meme of, boy, you live like this? But as of today, all of that is going to change. And here it is, Ham Falcon's new home. It's not the fanciest it could possibly be, but with the money that we have, we've got things start to be set up. We of course need to sort out the fountain over here. We've only got enough construction levels at the moment to get the second tier of those fountains, but it's a start. And of course, we've got our portal nexus and the Zerix talisman up right there. We've got no teleports going on yet, but I have that much money left to my name. So it's what we've got. I've still got these portals set up here for now. It's a good start. It does mean that all money we make now can be invested back into here, build our fountain, start getting teleports set up. But it's a place to start, and that truly is what matters. And as Ham Falcon rests in his new home, trouble stirs to the east. Plots of revolution, schemes of usurping, a hammer waiting, sins of a father.